Welcome back, yogis. Let's get started today in a wide knee child's pose, and I'll take you through a quick meditation while we move from thinking into feeling. So to come into your child's pose, big toes touch. Knees are as wide as you like them. I like to take mine about as wide as my mat. And you can crawl your palms forward one print at a time, then resting your head. So find your way there. I'll guide you through a little intention for the class and we'll say an affirmation. So I do want to dedicate today's class to my mom. She has gifted me this hot pink outfit for Christmas. And my mom is very glamorous. She used to say when I was little that pink was her signature color. So especially the shade of pink, more of a magenta. So this affirmation is for my mom. It reminds me of my mom. So I'll say it twice. I'll say it once and we can repeat it together. Getting comfortable in your child pose. Sit your hips back. Stretch your arms out long. The affirmation is, my life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. We'll say it one more time together. My life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. So breathe on that. We'll take a few more breaths in our child's pose, getting centered. And when you're ready, start to look forward. Lift your right arm up so fingertips face the ceiling. Left arm stays the same. Hips are still back on your heels. And we're going to thread our arm directly under our left. So getting a shoulder stretch. Sit back the weight on the heels. Keep your left arm strong and straight. You can rest the right side of your head towards the mat. The focus of today's class will be on binding, so taking some binds with the arms. And if you don't know what that means, no worries, you'll know today after this class. We want to open up the shoulders in order to get as deep as we can into our binds here. So release that right arm, stretch it back up towards the ceiling, opening up those shoulders, and it can meet the left, changing sides. Left arm reaches up, fingertips towards the ceiling, and thread that left arm underneath the right bicep. Left head can come to the ground, sitting the weight back on the heels. Noticing if one side is different than the other. Zip your low belly up here, so belly button towards your spine. Release that left arm, reach it back up, fingertips towards the ceiling, and back to child's pose. We can walk into our tabletop pose, so wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Tuck your toes under and send your hips up and back for your down dog. So go ahead, pedal it out, right, left, whatever feels good for you here. Waking up the hamstrings and the shoulders. And on that note, look forward. Step your right foot in between the palms. Stay nice and low here. Our back foot's going to come to a 45-degree angle, so warrior one legs. Our right arm will come inside of the right knee, so we're setting up for triangle. And our left arm's going to reach up. Extend your front leg. Arms in one straight line. I know you're not warmed up for triangle yet, but that's okay. We're going to take some arm circles here with the left arm. So start to reach your left arm forward like your biceps coming over your ear and roll it all the way down. and back up. Taking circles here at your own pace. We'll change directions, maybe take about 3 or 4. Keep your legs strong here. And go ahead, let's reverse direction. So our arms coming backwards this time, so away from our ear. Breathing through the nose. I think these feel so good on the shoulder. Take your last one. Go ahead, frame your right foot. We'll step back to plank pose. And we'll lower all the way to the belly. Hands wide and forward of the shoulders. Press into the palms. Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, release. Coming through tabletop. And back to down dog. Now I should have mentioned, have some blocks nearby if you have tighter hips. This will be helpful in a few poses. There was a great prop just to have in all of your practice. So you can bring the floor up to you if needed. Look forward. The left foot's going to step in between the hands. Back foot at a 45-degree angle. Left arm comes to the inside of the left leg. Right arm reaches up. Go ahead, straighten your left leg. Triangle pose. And we'll take those same arm circles. Left arm reaches over the ear. Roll it all the way down. And back up. Going at your own pace. Of course, no rushing. Taking about 3 or 4 circles, and then we'll change directions. Go ahead, reverse. Steady breathing. Being aware of your alignment, making sure your spine is nice and straight. And on your last circle, start to windmill your hand down around the left foot. Left foot steps back, plank pose. Lower to the belly with your chaturanga style push-up, but we're going to lower all the way down so your elbows are squeezing in. Hands wide and forward of the shoulders, press into the palms. Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's tuck the toes under. Kind of lift your glutes up a little bit and press straight up into your plank pose. And to downward facing dog. Catch your breath. We'll get into our sun salutations now. Looking forward, right foot steps in between the hands. Low lunge. Left hand plants. Right arm reaches up for your runner's lunge with a twist. Right arm goes over the ear and frames that foot. Left foot meets the right at the top. Fold. Reverse your swan dive. Palms touch above our head. And diving forward. Hands plant. Left foot steps back. And the right meets it. Down dog. And we'll take our full vinyasa this time. So plank, chaturanga, up dog, inhale, and exhale, down dog. Look forward, left foot steps in between the palms, low lunge. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up for that twist, gazes up. Left arm swings over the ear and frames the left foot. Right foot meets it at the top, fold. Reverse your swan dive, palms touch above the head. And exhale, dive forward. Hands plant. Right leg steps back. Left foot meets it, dog. And vinyasa, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Feel free to skip out these down dogs, or skip out these vinyasas if they're too much. No worries. Look forward, right foot steps in between the palms, low lunge. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up, twist. Right arm over the ear and frames the right foot. Left foot meets it at the top for a fold. Reverse swan dive, come up, flat back. Palms touch above the head. And diving forward right away, hands plant. Right leg steps back. Left foot meets it, down dog. And vinyasa. Look forward, left foot steps in between the palms. Low lunge. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up, twist. Left arm goes over the ear to frame that foot. Right foot meets it at the top, fold. Reverse swan dive, palms touch. Diving forward, hands plant. Left foot steps back, right foot meets it, dog. And taking your vinyasa, or skipping it out, we'll meet in down dog. Right leg rises this time. Feel your glutes turn on. Step it through. Low lunge. Left hand plants. Right arm reaches up. Twist. Right arm over the ear. Frames that right foot. Straighten the right leg this time. Bend the left knee. And spring yourself forward. Fold. Reverse swan dive. Hands touch. Diving forward, hands plant. Right leg steps back, left leg meets it, down dog. And vinyasa, or not. Left leg rises nice and strong, feel your glutes turn on, and steps through in between the hands. Right arm plants, left arm reaches up for your runner's lunge with a twist. Left arm comes over the ear to frame that foot. Straighten the left leg, bend the right knee. Spring up. Fold. Reverse your swan dive. Palms touch above the head. And go ahead, dive forward. Hands plant. Left leg steps back. Right leg meets it, down dog. And vinyasa, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So you should feel nice and warmed up. We'll get into our flow, which we will take 2 times. So 2 times on each side. Right leg rises and steps in between the palms. Back foot at a 45-degree angle, so like we did earlier. Rise up for your warrior 1. So hands reaching straight up, reach for the ceiling. So lift up out of your waist and bend into that knee. Think about squaring off the hips here if you can. Then press the air away from you. So start to bring your arms behind your back, palms face one another. Interlace the fingers and thumbs cross. Pull your shoulders down and open. Chest lifts. Deep back bend in the upper back here. And we're going to dive to the inside of that right leg, coming into our humble warrior. Arms will reach up and over once you come down. And pull that right hip back. Head can be heavy. Make sure your back leg is anchored and strong. This is a deep hip stretch. Your shoulder and knee are hugging one another. And on your next inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Straighten the legs. Parallel the feet to the shorter edges of the mat. Hands on your hips for a fold. Nice and slow. Weight is in the toes. Thighs are contracted. And head, of course, is heavy. Walk your palms towards the left side of your mat, so backwards on our mat here. Right foot more or less is going to stay the same. Use a block here if you'd like for extended side angle. We're going to take a half bind this first round, and the next round we'll take our full bind. So plant your left hand next to the left foot. Right arm reaches up. Start to push the air away from you with your right arm as it wraps behind your lower back and maybe comes to the inside of that left thigh. Look up. So this is a half bind. We're just going to focus halfway this round. Sinking into that left hip. From here, straightening the left leg, coming into triangle, so release your bind. Right arm reaches up. Raise your body all the way up for star pose. So one big body stretch, just like a starfish. Coming back towards the front of our mat, windmill the hands down for low lunge. Spike the back toes up, your back heel up. Hands plant around that right foot. Step it back, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. So if you like a block in your extended side angle, have it nearby for this next round. The left leg rises and steps in between the palms. Warrior one, back foot at a 45-degree angle. Rise up. Lift up out of your waist like you're actually trying to touch the ceiling or sky with your hands wherever you're practicing. Sit a little bit lower in that left leg. Think about squaring off the hips here if you can. It's a direction to work towards. Now on the next inhale, push that air away from you. Interlace the fingers behind your back, maybe the other thumb on top this time. Pull your arms down so much that it starts to open up your chest. Gaze is up. Find your back bend. And diving to the inside of that left leg. Arms reach up and over. Head is heavy. A lot of strength required from our left leg. Use your right leg to help it stabilize. Breathe. Pull yourself back up with the strength of your arms. Coming into warrior one. Parallel the feet. So toes face forward, heels are back. And dive forward for your wide leg forward fold. Coming down with a flat back. Head is heavy, weight is in the toes. Thighs are contracted and strong. Walking towards the back of our mat. So our right foot this time for our extended side angle. Use your block if you'd like. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up. Right knee is bent and strong. Arms are in one long line and start to push the air behind you again with that left arm. Wrap it behind your lower back. Maybe it catches a hold of your right inner thigh. My left shoulder is way more open than my right. Gaze is up. Chest is opening up towards the sky or ceiling. Straighten that right leg. Left arm reaches up. Triangle, just like we did earlier. Maybe get that block out of the way if you need. Rise the whole upper body up. Parallel the feet. Star pose. Nice body stretch. Back towards the front of our mat for our low lunge. So left toes turn out. Cartwheel the hands down. Back foot spikes up. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. All right, we're going to take our first bind this time. So I hope you're ready. Right leg reaches up and steps in between the palms. Warrior one, back foot at a 45-degree angle. Rise up. Push the air away from you behind your back. Interlace the fingers, pull the chest open, diving to the inside of the right leg. Moving a little quicker. Pull yourself back up with the strength of your arms. Release the interlace, palms reach up. Warrior one. Parallel the feet. Hands come to the hips. Wide leg fold, dive forward. Walking towards the left side of our mat. Left foot turns out. Right leg more or less stays the same. And we'll take our first bind. So if you want to do the half bind again, have your block. Left hand will plant. Right arm's going to reach up. Same thing. So push the air away from you with the right arm. Bring it towards the lower back. Now our left arm's going to come underneath our left thigh and interlace with the right arm. And then we're going to lift ourselves back up to open up our chest. So this is a bind. Let me know if you got it in a comment. They're a little tricky. And there's no weight on the hands, right? So it's all leg strength holding you up here. Just breathe. Sit a little bit lower on that left leg if you can. Release your bind. Straighten the left leg. Woo, that feels good. Right arm's up. Triangle. Rise all the way up. Parallel the feet. Move your block if you need. Star pose. Right toes turn out. Cartwheel the hands down. Back foot spikes up. Low lunge. And either taking a vinyasa or going right to down dog. Whatever you need. You decide. And we'll repeat on the left side. The left leg rises up and steps in between the palms. Warrior one. Come on in. Push the air away from you with those palms. Find that 10-finger interlace grip. Pull the chest open. Diving to the inside of the left leg. Hips should be nice and open. Head is heavy. Pull yourself up nice and strong back to that warrior one. Parallel the feet. Diving forward with a flat back. Hands plant. Head is heavy. Left foot stays the same. Right toes turn out. Right hand can plant. Left arm reaches up for your extended side angle. Same thing. Left arm reaches behind that lower back. And our right arm's going to come underneath the right leg and catch a hold of that left hand. Grip is so tight and strong. Open up the chest, but sit a little bit lower in those legs if you can. Breathing is normal. Your legs should burn here. Your hip should feel a little pinch. That means you're doing it right. Left leg is your anchor, so make sure it's contracted and strong. And one more breath, sit down a little bit lower. Release the arms, coming into triangle pose. Left arm's up, right arm down. Lift the upper body up. Star pose. Left toes turn out. Windmill the hands down. Back foot spikes up. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Nice work. But that's not all we have today. Grab a block for this next sequence. Look forward and just baby toe your way up to the top of the mat for a fold. Have your block close by, like I said, and be prepared to use it on the medium or low height. Take your feet a little wide for gorilla. So from here, we're going to slip our palms underneath the toes. So palms are facing the bottom of the feet, fingertips towards the heel. Roll the weight forward into your wrist. Just kind of massaging those hands. It's a lot of work from our hands to take that tight interlock grip like we did. Just giving them some love, getting into the hamstrings. Go ahead, release. Our heels are going to come in, toes out. Sitting down from Malasana. Take your block underneath your seat though here. We're going to take a bind in Malasana today. Make sure your block is not wobbly. So elbows come to the knees to open up the hips nice and wide and have the intention of a flat back. That's not always going to happen, but slowly as your hips open up, your back will get flat. So from here, we're going to reach our right arm out. So it's nice and straight. Left arm's going to stay the same for now. We're going to twist our arm back behind our right hip. Left arm's going to reach up, coming behind our back as well to meet that right hand. This is a deep, deep shoulder stretch. If you can't get the bind, hands can just be where they'll go. And you're just moving energy there. You can use a strap. I think straps can be a little fussy sometimes in the middle of class, so do what's best for you. If you want to grab a strap, maybe pause the video. Take your time for what you need. We'll go ahead and release the bind. Plant the palms, let's straighten the legs. Just take a little shimmy shake here before we repeat on the second side. Heels in, toes out, sit back into your Malasana, either on your block or not. Elbows come to the knees. Left arm's gonna reach out and come behind our left hip. So feel the back of your hand on that left hip. Right arm reaches up and meets the left. Now I can only get a little hook of my fingertips on this side. So if you're just kind of hooking the tippies of your fingers, totally fine. Do what suits you. Like I said, one shoulder is more open than the other for me. Think about pulling the chest open and up. Just breathe. And release, hands plant. Straighten the legs. Fold. Bring the feet back together, so toes touch. Find some rounding in your spine and slowly come into your mountain pose, one vertebrae at a time. Head and chest are the last to come up, and we'll keep moving here. So go ahead, shift the weight into your left foot. Right knee comes to chest. Hands come to heart center. Now you can stay here. If this is difficult for you, stay here. It's a great place to start. If you want more, left hand comes to the left hip, right arm reaches to the inside of the leg and then to the outside of the right foot. Pull your belly button in, lift your chest, extend that right leg forward. This is a tricky pose, tricky balance. Feel both of your legs contracted and strong. And on your next inhale, release the right foot, but keep it there. Or keep it as much there as you can. Arms reach up, pull up out of your waist. Swing that right arm back into a crescent lunge. Readjust the feet if you need. Look up. Hands plant around the left foot. step back plank, and either take a vinyasa or skip it out. We'll meet in down dog, and we'll repeat that. So look forward, bring the feet a little forward and together, bend into the knees, grip the mat with your finger pads, and hop up to the top of your mat. Fold, rise up, flat back, palms touch above our head, and come through heart center. Hands on your hips, shift the weight into the right foot, left knee comes in. This might be where you stay, which is completely fine. If you want more, left hand reaches to the inside of the left leg and to the outside of the left foot. Belly button pulls in, lift your chest, extend the left leg forward. Right leg is strong. It's a deep hamstring stretch and great strengthening. Be with all the wobbles. If you fall out, just get back in. And we're going to release the left leg, but try to hold it up. Arms reach up. And on your next inhale, swing it back. Crescent. Lift up. Hands plant. Step back for down dog. And we'll take a vinyasa plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So we'll take pigeon on both sides and we'll start to close. So get your blocks if you need. Right knee behind the right wrist. Left leg extends back. You can stay up nice and high on the fingertips, or you can walk yourself forward. I like to use a block underneath my forehead sometimes, but depends what's good for you. Think about making sure that your left leg is in close enough so your both legs would be in one line. Sometimes the left leg can kind of splay out a little too far open. Go ahead, drop your forehead. Let's hold for about 5 to 7 breaths. Rise up, nice and slow. Go ahead, tuck the left toes under to extend the right leg back. No vinyasa, just meet in down dog. And then left knee towards the left wrist. Pigeon on the second side. Right leg extends out nice and straight. Maybe bring it in a little bit. Square off the hips. Coming to your block. Or not, whatever is good for your hips. We'll hold here again for about 5 to 7 breaths. Rise up nice and slow. Move your block out of the way. We shouldn't need it anymore for class. Go ahead, tuck your right toes under. Meeting in down dog. And we can take one final vinyasa together. So plank, chaturanga, up dog, pull your chest open through your arms, and down dog. Notice if your down dog's different than from the beginning of class. Go ahead, come to your knees. And we'll take a seat, so just flip over here. Me always wanting to be backwards on my mat. Legs extend forward. And we'll go ahead, we'll take a fold. So arm up, back is flat, and just hinge at your hips to reach for the outside of your feet. Pull your chest forward. Bend at the elbows if you can. Actually use your bicep strength to pull you forward. Go ahead, release. Come up flat back, and we're going to come into easy pose. So cross your legs, either shin can go in front. We're going to switch them. We're going to take cow face pose, but modified. So we're just going to do the cross legs versus the one knee on top of the other. But we will take the bind of the arms. So find yourself in your easy pose. Left arm reaches up and comes to the top of the back. So bend at the elbow, it's to the right, to the top of the back. Right arm is gonna try to meet the left fingertip. So I can just get a little itty bitty hook on this one. Do what you can. Again, if you can't reach them, just putting the intention there. So putting your fingers wherever they may rest on your back. Lift the chest up. Have your gaze be slightly up here, belly button to spine. Just breathe. And release the arms nice and slow. Sit back on your palms and just change the cross of the shins, keeping everything nice and even. This time, right arm reaches up into the top of our back, and our left arm attempts to meet it. Mine do not touch on this side, so this is definitely a tough pose for me too, but it's a good one to practice. Chest lifts up, belly button pulls in, gaze is slightly up. Go ahead, release those arms nice and slow. Extend your legs forward. Have your fingertips come out and straight, and pull your belly button in and also contract it. So zip the low belly up, and we'll lower to our back one vertebrae at a time. And we'll take an inversion, and we'll do some spine lengthening before we close. So we're gonna go into candlestick. If you wanna go into a headstand or arm balance, you can do that. But for candlestick, just extend your legs up straight. Your whole back is on the ground. If this is difficult for you, just stay right here. No worries. I know my mom loves to prop a block up under her hips and just kind of play with floating. You can also do that. Or you can bring your hands towards your hips and guide your hips up, your low back up, so your whole lower body and legs are off the ground for your candlestick. You can feel the blood come out of your feet. Maybe you want to pedal around. Do whatever feels good for you. If you want more, again, all options, start to drop one foot back behind your head, then the other for plow. And you can come into ear compression pose, which is where you bring your knees to the sides of your face and they squeeze your ears. Your arms are your kickstand, so those are stabilizing you. Play with whatever variation you want here. You can even do legs up the wall too if you're not quite ready for any of these variations. So scooting by a wall, just putting your legs up and feeling the blood come out of your toes. Start to lower yourself down out of your candlestick, just 1 inch at a time using the back of your hands. Then one leg can come down, then the other. We're going to come into wind removing pose from here. So right knee's going to come into our chest. Find the interlock grip, so 10-finger interlock grip. Pull the right knee towards the outside of the rib cage, towards your armpit. So pull it in. We all know why this one's called wind removal pose. You need to have some wind removing happening. You're at home, let it happen. No judgment from me. Pull it in nice and tight. Go ahead, release the right arm with the left hand, take it into a twist. However you can. Sometimes twists are tricky for me, my little mic gets in the way. And your gaze can go towards those right fingertips. Belly button pulls in. Go ahead and release. Coming back through center, extend that leg, left knee this time. Clear your rib cage, pull it towards your armpit with that 10-finger interlock grip. Use your bicep striker to actually pull it in and open up that hip. It's a strong pose. And you can go ahead for right leg or right arm guides the left leg for a twist. Gaze can go towards the left fingertips. Release the twist and come into your Shavasana. Of course, I will read our affirmation one more time. So get settled, close your eyes, palms face the ceiling, toes can go out towards the side. Feel no tension in your jaw, just completely relax. And our affirmation is, my life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.